How are you all? I know you are safe and good over there. And me? I'm also fine and safe here. Okay. Only thing is, I'm a bit disappointed that I'm taking class for an empty classroom. It is very sad to take class. No problem. We will wait for a favorable environment. Hope it comes very soon. Are you drinking water properly? It's rainy season now. You must drink water every now and then. Okay? Now what did we discuss in our last class? We studied new terms like microorganisms, unicellular, multicellular, cells. As we grow up, the number of cells is increasing, the size of the cell doesn't grow. All this we studied in the previous class. Now, our body is made up of millions of cells. We studied that. Now, do all the cells look similar? It's a point to be thought of, right? Do all cells look similar in our body? We saw one type of cell, that is cheek cell. Come, let's see some more types of cell and then come back. Okay? Muscle cell, neuron cell, blood cell, white blood cell. These are the cells you saw just now. How were they? They were all quite different, right? So each cell differs. So what can we say that? We can say that there is a diversity of cells within our body. What is the word? Diversity. So the cells in our body differ according to the work they do. You have hands. Okay, what do you do with your hands? You write, you hold things, right? Now what do you do with your legs? You walk, you run. So different functions. So each organ is having different function. Likewise, the cells in our body also differ in their work, in their function. So that is why we have a diversity of cells in our body. From the examination point of view, they will just display a picture of cell, for example muscle cell, and they will ask you to identify the muscle cell. So it is very important that you recognize the cells from their picture. What are the different cells you studied? Muscle cell, neuron cell, blood cell, cheek cell and white blood cell. Okay, these are the 5 cells and their pictures that is given in your textbook. It must be very clear. Okay, children, we learnt about the diversity of cells in our body. Okay, I am talking for a long time. We have been talking about cell. What is a cell and what is there inside a cell? Shall we go and see a picture and come back? What did you see in the cell? This picture you have to draw in your file, okay? And beautifully you have to draw and write 3 parts. Only 3 parts are being mentioned there. Which are the 3 parts? Nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane. Okay, these are the 3 parts mentioned in the picture. Okay, what is a nucleus? Nucleus forms the center of the cell. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is a matrix or fluid that fills the cell. And what is a cell membrane? Cell membrane is the outer part of the cell. Okay, these are the 3 important parts, and this you have to draw in your file. Give color according to your imagination and draw the parts. Okay, this must be done as an assignment in your file. Okay. Children, we have been talking about cells in human body as well as animals. How about plants? Yes, plants also do physiological activities. They respire, they reproduce. Lots of metabolic activities is going around. Photosynthesis. All this is happening in plants also. So definitely there must be cells in plants also. So shall we go and have a look into the cells of the plants and come back? Children, we saw two types of cells here. Plant cells. They were guard cells, onion cells. How do we see onion cells? For that you have to peel a small outer portion of the onion, place it in the slide with a drop of water, stain it. What is the meaning of staining? Add color. Why do we add color? We add color to see the cells very distinctly through a microscope. So onion cells and guard cells were seen. They were quite different. So there is a diversity of cells in plants also. What are guard cells? I think you would have studied this in previous class. Guard cells are found in the stomata region of the leaves. Children, now we shall see the distinction between plant cell and animal cell. We have studied about plant cell as well as animal cell. We will go and see the picture in the textbook and then come back. Did you see the picture, children? What was the difference? Did you see the picture nicely? This also has to be drawn in your file. Okay? Give color according to your imagination. But it has to be beautiful. Okay? Take time and now we saw 6 parts being mentioned in this picture. What were the 6 parts? Cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuoles, chloroplast. These were the 6 parts mentioned in the picture. Out of that, look carefully. 2 parts are not there in the animal cell. Which are the 2 parts? Cell wall and chloroplast. Chloroplast is seen in chlorophyll. Where do you see chlorophyll? Only in plants. So these are the 2 parts. Which are the 2 parts? Chloroplast and cell wall. These 2 parts are not seen in animal cell but seen in plant cell. Okay, it should be clear. This also from the examination point of view, definitely it will be asked. Okay, children. So this is the second assignment. You have to draw it in your file. Children, now we will see a tabular column which is given in the textbook. Look at the tabular column. What is given here? In the first column, parts of the cell is given. Second column, plant cell. Third column, animal cell. Okay? Now, in the first column, you have to write down the 6 parts of the cell which we studied, okay, previously. First part is cell wall. Cell wall is present in animal cell? No. So you put a cross over that. Is it present in plant cell? Yes. Put a tick over there. Next is chloroplast. Chloroplast. Is it present in plant cell? Yes. Put a tick mark. Is it present in animal cell? No. You have to put a cross over there. Likewise, you have to complete all the 6 parts and put a cross and tick wherever it is necessary. This is the third assignment. You have to do it in your file. Okay? Children, to understand the diversity of cells in plants, we shall now see a cross-sectional picture of a stem of a plant. What are we doing here? How can we prove the diversity of cells in a plant? By looking at the stem portion of the plant. What should we do? We should take a cross-sectional part of a stem of a plant and slide it under the microscope. And when you magnify and see, you can see the diversity of cells inside the plant. what did you understand here? In the cross-sectional view, we saw different types of cells, isn't it? So this proves the diversity of plant cells in the stem portion of a plant. So children, we have completed the lesson here. What did we study? Take a quick recap. What did we study? The first thing was microorganism. The second was unicellular and multicellular microorganisms. After that, we studied that cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. Then we saw that these cells do the metabolic activities or all sorts of physiological activities in all living things, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. Okay, and these metabolic activities are done by cells. So what is there inside a cell? We draw a picture of the cell and labeled its parts also. After that, we saw that there is diversity of cells in not only animals but also in plants as well as human beings. And we also saw some pictures of diverse cells in human body like chip cell, muscle cell, neuron cell, blood cell and white blood cell. Okay. Now after that we saw that the same diversity existed in plants also. So I am concluding the lesson here. Quickly we will go to let us assess. Okay. Let us assess also has to be copied in file. So what is the first question? The first question is Handlin's microscope can be used to see microorganisms. Is it correct? Never. Only microscope is used. Hand lens cannot be used. So what we should write? No. Hand lens cannot be used. Only microscope is used to view the microorganisms. We have to write whether it is true or false with explanation also. So this is the question A. What is question B? Question B is there are organisms in the earth with one cell. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. There are organisms in the earth with one cell and they are called unicellular organisms like amoeba, euglena, paramecium. Question C. The difference in the size of the organisms is due to the difference in the size of the cells of these organisms. Is it correct? Never. It is as we grow up, only the number varies, not the size. Right? So you can write down the same answer. Question D. All cells in the organisms are of the same kind. Is it correct? Never. There are diverse cells in an organism with they are doing different functions. So that answer, all these A, B, C and D has to be written in your file. And the question number 2 in let us assess is already it's a table. We have already discussed it. Try to do it by yourself. Don't get help from your parents. Children, are you all troubling your parents? You are sitting at home. It is lockdown. Your parents are having a great time looking after you, right? Are you helping them? You have to do your homework by yourself. Okay? I am concluding my class here. We will come with the next session with a new chapter. Okay? Bye children.